Hey guys, here's another American Heritage Society message. This message is made on Monday, or was made on Monday, June 17th, 2024 at 1:16 a.m. at 22%. In regards to the zodiac sign of Gemini, intuition, manifesting luck and fortune, and value and feminine joy protection. Double intuition led by God, using the occult, double value. Now, this reading is a Leo reading. Now, the messaging for this message is in regards to value of significant change. The number 5, highly significant. Zodiac signs primarily are Scorpio, Aries, and Sagittarius. The overall message is in correlation to elections, a brand, automobiles, the numbers in correlation to years, 100, 10, and 1. God and Psalm 91 used indefinitely. God's intuition, communication manifests about culture and tradition in reference to continuity. Value, feminine joy protection, made for the time duration of the century and a possible invention. Significant change in the occult, designs to build and make things as an engineer's right, which is highly significant. Luck and fortune, receiving gifts with the use of philosophy. A social status and career can be made of this. God's overall message in regards to this message is Psalm 91 in regard of equal treatment. How ironic. Equal treatment, when abbreviated, spells ET. And I think it's highly interesting that instead of equal rights, the words given were equal treatment. Now, notes made, a particular voice being used in elections, the brand name of Nike, a check made as a gift, which can be in correlation to the elections previously or presently, the brand endorsement of Nike, and a check used as a sponsorship gift. But the slogan of Nike was highly significant, the just do it part, and whatever that's in correlation to. Now, what was also made known to me and for this message is about the origins of the automobile. So I did some research. The origins of the automobile are complex and involve many people and different types of vehicles. Now, just from that statement made alone, it is not unwise to think that the history of the automobile and the people who came together to make the first automobile may not be mentioned in history. But that is just an observation and a theory more than a fact. Now, Carl Benz. In 1885, this German engineer was the first person to make a practical automobile. This automobile was a 3-wheel gas-powered car called motor wagon. The next year, the car was patented in 1891. The first car was the 4-wheel car in 1891. So in 1885, Carl Benz, the German engineer, made the 3-wheel car, and then in 1886, he got the patent for the 3-wheel car. But the first 4-wheel car supposedly was not built until 1891, which gives the theory that in 1885 or previously before then, people were driving on 3 wheels. Geonomically, that's pretty interesting, because what shape is that? on wheels. Now, and Benz and Clee made the world's largest automobile manufacturer by the year 1900. So, in 1885, the first three-wheel was made. In 1891, the first four-wheel was made. And by 1900, they were the biggest manufacturers. Just think about the math on that. Now, there are also steam vehicles. Nathan Reed of Salem, Massachusetts, and Apollos Kingsley of Hartford, Connecticut operated vehicles between 1790 and 1800. The vehicle can reach high speeds but had limited range and difficult to start. So, first thing that was very interesting to me is that this man Nathan was from Salem, Massachusetts. The word Salem, the place Salem, has a undertone of witches and warlocks, people who manifest a different kind of skill, which would make them able to, do things such as alchemy. Now, the other person, Apollos, is kind of interesting because the Apollos does have some undertone of communication, manifesting, as well as Greek mythology, if I'm not mistaken. So take that as it may be. So within 10 years, they made the steam vehicles, but they said the car could go pretty fast, but limited range to difficult start of the engine, which would mean that there was a water deficiency, possibly within the land or in production of getting water to their vehicles. So something about Massachusetts and Connecticut and some sort of drought at that time period. Also, the electric cars in 1900s held 38% of the USA automobile market, had limited range, few charging stages. Now, if you go back to the steam vehicles, right? Not even then. If you go back to Carl Benz, actually, when Benz and Clee, who made the world's largest automobile manufacturer, from 3 wheels to 4 wheels, then you get into the electric cars, you then see that in the same year, 1900, they held 38% of the automobile market. So there was some sort of business competition where gas versus electricity. And you can easily tell that the electric cars were not as funded as the Benz. The Ford Model T, a 1908 motor company which began manufacturing one of the first affordable cars to the general public. So just 8 years later, the Ford model came and was more affordable than even the electric cars or even the Benz. Now, notes made was that the word automobile is of French origin from the 19th century. The Greek word auto means self. The Latin word mobilis means mobile. So altogether, automobile within French, Greek, and Latin words together means self-mobile. What that sound like? Self-mobile. Now, another interesting fact is that for whatever reason, the educational place of Century College was made apparent. Century College is located in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Zip code 55110. Double significant change, double of God's intuition, God, period. Now, what also is interesting is that known fact made is that Century College is only 3 hours away from New York. Something about travel or travel plans in correlation to this college is highly significant. And I looked into it and I found that there are certain programs that this college offers. The programs includes liberal arts, and sciences, local studies, heating, air conditioning, ventilation and refrigeration maintenance, technology and technical, dental assistant, and registered nursing. These are all programs which I find to be interesting because when it comes to the automobile, there's some correlation of students, automobiles, the manufacturing of it, the travel to New York,